Well, as we've been telling you at the top of our newscast yesterday and today, tragedy in New York City after a gunman walked into a skyscraper building, and police say he killed 4 people before fatally shooting himself. How it happened also has some folks talking about security practices at workplaces that could slow down a person with a gun getting into your building. With more on what could be done better to protect employees is former U.S. Secret Service agent Donald Lane. He joins us now with some specifics on what employers could possibly do to try to at least slow down a gunman once they have this evil intent. We know, first of all, thank you. Thank you for coming in. You cannot stop every violent person intent on causing mayhem. They'll figure out some way to do it no matter what. Because, I mean, New York City, one of the strictest gun laws in the entire country, but he got past the front door. He got into an elevator. I mean, all of these different areas that he was able to get past. Let's start with the layering of security. What can you start with outside of the building to help protect your workplace?
Yeah, you'd want to see outside barriers, thick barriers, usually something concrete that is built into the ground that would prevent, say, a truck from coming along and breaching the building itself, crashing into the building, or even parking too close to the building where you could explode something, blow up a rider truck or something like that, what we saw in Oklahoma City. So you would start with those types of measures.
And if it's a
gunman,
physical, what can you have outside? Is it literally an armed person or people? Like, what can you do outside?
Yeah, you want to have security patrols outside that would have caught this man walking up, with a rifle in his hand. Even though he was trying to conceal it somewhat, it was obvious he was handling a firearm. And you'd want to have security patrols there and someone stationed in front all the time, so he's not out on a patrol while this person's doing that. And that's just the basics of exterior security. Presence is important.
Because it starts on the outside, whether it's someone calling 911, there's a guy walking with a long gun hanging outside his jacket, or it's a police officer on the outside spotting him first. But if that fails, you're saying something outside your building. So once you get inside, what are some of the things you can do from the moment someone is able, if they got past that first layer?
Once again, it's about presence, having a presence, either security or hiring off-duty law enforcement, and having, a lot of times there'll be a check-in desk or something like that with a security person at it and other security personnel around to direct people on where to go and to be able to identify something that could potentially be a danger to the occupants of the building. Certainly, this gentleman walking in with a rifle would have been a big sign that something needed to happen. Instead, he walked in and opened fire on folks. You want to have more than one security person there and different stations throughout the building.
And we see when you go through federal buildings, some of the local government buildings, you literally have to put your things through a detector, right?
Right.
Is it worth investing in that? I mean, that's a lot of money, though.
It could be. I think you can get by with just the presence. With buildings like that, of course, you have to have the magnetometer, the metal detector. You want to vet everyone really well coming through. But for a commercial building like this one, you can still have a presence. Different stations within the lobby of the building where security personnel, armed security personnel, are present to be able to stop someone like this. And it's definitely worth the investment to stop something like this from happening, for sure.
The layering of security, even in like elevators that may need a key card, just a whole number of things, but clearly it's got a lot of people talking, especially if you've got a high-rise building or any important building. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you coming in, Mr.
You
Lane.
bet. My pleasure.
So just ahead, call